Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Symphony of Scylos. I am your humble guide, Chris. With that in mind, I'm going to do a little bit of introductions for our people, starting off with Calamity. Please introduce yourself to the fine folks out here.
Hello, I am Calamity. You can find me as Hey Calamity with three Y's all over the interwebs. Content creator, writer, tabletop lover. And today I'll be playing Lawrence, your local menace.
Fantastic. With that, we have a new face here. With that, Cleric,
Oh.
please
Oh.
introduce yourself to the lovely folks out here.
I'm deciding on how loud and toxic I want to be, but I will refrain. I'll keep that energy for a later date. But what up? It's your boy. It's a local fuck up. Cleric 34 here. I'm finally back. My Wi-Fi. I had to fight it off, beat it with a stick, but finally it's working, and I'm here to play a less abrasive version of myself, a soft boy Alvaro, which I hope you all are excited to meet.
Fantastic. Next up, Danny, please introduce yourself to all the lovely folk out here.
Hello, I'm Danny, otherwise known as Better Thorn on the internet. I'm a cosplayer and TTRPG player and playtester, and you can find me on Wednesdays on the That's How We Roll channel, playing other games. And that's about it. Tonight I'm playing Malele. Cheers. Very cute. And chaotic.
Lovely. Next up is Toffee.
Howdy, guys. Happy Friday. I'm Toffee, pronouns are he, him, and I am an actor based out of San Diego. And I will be playing Gareth, the milkman, the tailor boy, but most importantly, the fighter of the group. So that's me.
We love our milk here. With that, last but not least, Val, please introduce yourself to the lovely folks out here.
Sure thing. Hi everyone, my name is Valiant Dorian. I use he, him, his pronouns. You can find me all around the internet at Valiant Dorian and also Spirit Bear. Please enjoy the lovely treasure hunt I just sent you on. And tonight I have the distinct pleasure of playing Rao, who uses he, him pronouns, our party's invoker and resident hype boy. I think that is about accurate. He's doing his best. Take it away, Chris.
Fantastic. Before we start our lovely journey here, some content warnings. You can type this in the chat, exclamation point CW. This AP in particular contains fantasy violence, familial struggles, severe weather, references to romance, monsters, political corruption, and references to war. If this doesn't float your boat, there's a plethora of other content out here for you to enjoy. Also, a couple of announcements in terms of next Tuesday, May 16th at 8 p.m. Eastern, ET1 by Night returns with its second season with a whole new adventure with the same lovely group of vampires that you knew from the first one. So please join us at that time for that lovely adventure. Also, you can type exclamation point Discord in the chat so you can join the lovely Bat House Discord and get to chat with everybody and the cast members on the various shows on this channel. And also, if you type exclamation point donate, you can donate $5 to give a reroll to a PC of your choice here, or use the channel points as well. But with that in mind, players, are we ready to start?
Yes.
Heck yeah.
Know it.
Absolutely.
Oh,
I'm ready for
No,
you.
we gotta know. That's all I needed. With that,
Everybody, canceled.
cancel. Everybody, goodbye, everybody. Now, with that, we open up back in that familiar tavern in that undescribed city, as it is another night in this wonderful place. Our narrator begins to prepare themselves for this night's festivities, as there is not only double but triple the amount of attendees now, as the story has got traction within this quaint little town. He gets on the stage and proceeds to talk with the crowd. We last left our heroes fleeing from the city of Eston, as a group had discovered sinister forces at work trying to cause a war between the various city-states of Mali. But also, these forces were looking for an artifact that would ensure their victory. For now, the group has escaped into the woods of Eston, near Balor, and headed there as they attend to get some answers to the numerous questions that have expanded in their brain. And as you see, before he continues on his story, he gets interrupted. I'm sorry! Kind of looks down to a child. Yes, little boy, can I help you? You're missing someone from the start. Excuse me? You're missing someone. There should be 5? And you see the innkeeper kind of, what does he mean, missing? Well, I may have been a little bit hasty in the way I was telling the story. An artist is prone to some creative differences. He's telling it wrong. Shut up, boy. You see the innkeeper kind of go, all right, I paid you for the whole story, so if you wouldn't mind telling it in its totality and in its truthfulness, or you're not walking out of here with your legs. Fine. Is everybody so keen to be storytellers? I did mention to forget a important character to this story, as we met everyone except the doctor. And it immediately opens up. As we find ourselves back within the town of Mar, a day before the current events. It is the night of the festival, before anything horrible had ever happened to it. As the camera zooms through the night as everybody's partying, people are going out drinking, and people headed out to Milili's boat. But we find ourselves not in any of these particular festivities, but in the muffled room of a library. We see various books organized to a T. Not a dust in sight, with volumes of knowledge and stories from around the world. And as we turn the corner, the moonlight streaks into one section, in which a number of books are compiled around one person. With that, Alvaro, please describe your character for the lovely audience.
Alvaro is a bookworm. Is a you see them kind of hunched over, a book in hand, like a notebook in one hand, and transcribing it up with another book in the other. Their aquatic skin kind of glistening in the moonlight with a little bit of light that is flushed through the window and the candlelight that is being used. They have their hair so long, like in front of their eyes, that you cannot even see like the bluish eyes that they have. Uh, and as they are kind of looking down, they constantly get scruffed up by a scarf that is around them, like a homemade scarf that is missing like notches and missing pieces of itself because it was made by very delicate hands to come through. And every time they reach down, and they kind of adjust it so you can see half of their gills past their little past the scarf, but then again cover it back up with it. And as they're wearing their robes, they're kind of just continue to flip through the books and taking notes. And you hear, if someone were to come by, they would hear a little voice being like, okay, if you add this equation to here and the history just seems to add up, okay, just constantly going through back and forth of different things.
With that, you are deep in it in terms of trying to understand whatever new revelation in literature, arts, and humanity. It's a bit hard to do it when everybody outside is partying, as you can hear the muffled of boo, boo, boo. And you could also hear the local residents going, drink, 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 drink. And it's a little...
It's so loud.
Yeah. But as you are currently working on whatever muse that is on your mind, you see your abuela come around the corner, or grandmother, in case anybody wants the translation. You see a woman who is older, but looks similar to you, with that sort of blue skin. Hair is kind of covering their gills at the moment, but they're sort of grayish hair that has bangs and is sort of tied up in a ponytail, wearing what looks like to be almost like a librarian kind of attire that's green with a little bit of brown scarf around it, similar to yours, as they have golden glasses almost as big as identifying glasses, as they look in your direction, trying to find you. You see they are currently they keep the library open in case anybody wants a quiet place. They don't let any party goers inside because the last thing you want is a bunch of drunk people next to very valuable books. And as they kind of look at you, they approach. Ay, what are you doing, Alvaro?
Ay, abuela, ¿qué tú haces aquí? You know it's too late for you. And so they get up and start like drop the book immediately and like help them to a seat. It's like, abuela, siéntate, por favor.
Ay, you see, they kind of take a seat. I brought you some cookies in case you got a little hungry. I know that you like to stay out late.
Thank you, abuela. I appreciate it. You didn't have to come all the way down here for that.
I did.
I eat. I ate something on the 13th, right?
Alvaro, if you're counting specific days, that is a problem.
Yeah, I mean it's what is it, the 15th today? But the 13th, like it's that's enough. I'm really focused in what I'm doing here.
You see, they hold your hand very gently, looking into your eyes, and go, Alvaro, I know I have very strict rules about not going outside to that crazy world, but you can at least enjoy yourself one night with, your friends. I heard they all went on a boat. I mean, I think that is what you kids do.
I'm not. Oh, I mean, yeah, they're going on a boat. I know. Rao sent me an invite or was talking to me about it, but I would rather stay here with you and with the books to make sure nobody comes in and don't want anybody spilling something on a tome. And I get out. I have fun. I know people. Um, I yeah. I all the fun I need is here.
Alvaro, the characters in your book, as inspiring and necessary they are to make you who you are, still not an equivalent to people. I'm just saying,
Well,
maybe you go out, you get at least a drink of some juice or a churro or something.
and I think Alvaro sees like the look in their abuela's eyes and it's kind of just like, in order to appease them, or I have to be like, okay, all right, abuela, you know what, you're right. Let me go out and I'm gonna go get us something to drink, and we'll share it together. I'll come back and bring it, and we'll share it over. And I'll tell you about this latest book I'm reading. It's a great, it's a tome on ancient medical practices, which has really been interesting to help fix up some people, and it might be very good. So I can tell you all about it. Well, but I'll go, let me go get a drink for us. Okay?
Okay. And they kind of pat you, they give you some coins to pay for it. And with that,
Gracias, abuela.
De nada. With that, you proceed to go out. You have to wait in the line because it's that time of the season. Even though it's a small village, this is still a bit of a line, but you do get your stuff and get whatever snacks and procurements that you get. But as you return, you begin to hear something. You can see the door is wide open. Not from you leaving it locked, but you can see what looks like to be the lock, or where the handle is, has been broken open. As you see the splinters of the wood broken through. And you can hear something
sprints in. Just sprints in. Drops the drinks, sprints in.
With that, you sprint in. As you sprint in, you begin to hear clouds, thunderous, forming outside. Not important right now. As you enter in, you see there is clattering. It looks like books are with no care but with malice, as if somebody's trying to find something in here. They're thrown about, laid on the ground. There's such disrespect here. And on upstairs, you can hear what sounds like to be a number of men speaking with your abuela in a very aggressive tone of, "All right, old lady, you told us we could find the crown in the ruins. What we found was nothing but trouble, so you're gonna tell us where it is. We paid you good money." As you hear that on the second floor.
Alvaro, I think, has no concern and is just running right up. It's like, this is I can't, I need to, just run up. So sprints up the stairs, no regard.
With that, go upstairs. As you do, you see where you last left her. There is about 3 men, armored, in disguise almost, but you can see the armor going off of them. Never seen them before in town. They seem to be new folk. And with that, they haven't hurt your Willa, but you see they're threatening her. As you can see, there is a face of... Your Willa's a tough woman, but you can see they've broken through somehow, as you see that something's happening here, which you don't know about. You see, guy turns around, looks humanoid in nature, brownish light skin, nothing of material or anything that in your mind is instant, as he goes, "That's the grandson, right? Hello, little
Get
guy."
away from her! And just sprints forward and just tries to like rip them away from her.
Roll a d20 for me, please.
For everyone's context, and I'm gonna be very honest with everyone, I took off my glasses, be more in character. I can't see shit. I'm rolling this. I have to put my face to the dice. That's my So that's a 5.
A 5. Fantastic. With that, you sprint. You see this man immediately, who didn't see them. You see one of them was hiding in one of the aisles. Immediately opens their arm out and just clotheslines you as you just on the ground. With that, you see the guards almost like towering over you and kind of go, "Let's take the boy." And you see immediately one of them takes the pommel back of their sword and immediately knocks you out as everything goes pitch dark. And in that moment, it is tiring. You're waking up only because you feel a sensation of heat. And as you do, you find yourself strapped to a tree. And you see the entirety of your home that you know as Mar is engulfed. Or not even engulfed, it seems to have died down a bit, but a massive fire happened. You see people that you know encased in stone for some reason. And you can see that it's not night anymore. It's maybe about early-ish morning. And as you're kind of tied there, you see one of the soldiers kind of go, "Hey, ease up!"
What's going on? What happened to Mar?
"Hey, if you want to save your questions, you should save it for the boss, all right? He's about to wake up." And wondering what's happening, you see they're getting ready to set a building on fire for some reason. Already, it died down. They're trying to start it back up again.
Stop
you
that!
see-
Stop!
"Hey, calm down, kid. You're going to want to see the magic." You see they immediately light what looks like to be some sort of shop or building on fire. And as you do, you immediately begin to hear a screaming voice from the inside. You start to see almost a shadow form in the fire of the shape of an owl before it slowly comes back to what looks like to be a humanoid form. The person begins to claw their way out of the debris. You hear the cracking, resetting, skin reforming. As you see, they are just walking out with almost veins of fire on their arms and chest and everywhere, before a scar of an X is on their chest, as you see what looks like to be a humanoid figure with brown skin. You must have had facial hair, but look like they just got cleaned. As you see, they immediately you see a soldier comes in with a towel, puts it over. I'm fine. Where's the boy?" Point in your direction. "Hi. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Alizar. Now, I'm told that your grandmother is a librarian. Is this true?"
It doesn't say anything.
Your silence is unbecoming. So I'm going to assume it's a yes. And just to give you a little bit of an advance warning, you're going to want to answer my questions because I just got revivified and I'm a little angry when I get revived. So I'm going to answer something for you again. Another question. You are friends with a group of idiots, right? There's a smallish boy, well, there's a lot of children there, but primarily your group is consisted of a woman named Malele, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know any Malay like that. I know of her, and there's others who I know of, but no.
If you don't know, then this is simple. You see, can I get a sword? You see someone puts a sword. If you don't know anything, I could just simply slit your throat and be done with it. You see, he begins to...
Wait. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I do know them. Yes.
You see, he puts the tip of the sword in your chest. Fantastic. We're getting somewhere. Now, we have your grandma. I'm going to be very blunt. Your grandmother sold us information about an artifact that we're looking for. And surprise, surprise, it was a lie. I don't know why, but we can't get anything out of them now. They're as silent as the grave. And do not worry, they are still alive, in case you're worried about that metaphor. Now, I want to make a deal with you, because you seem like the kind of guy that understands the art of the deal. Am I correct in that?
Sorry, this is a very serious scene, and I was just like, I read the book, yeah. Yeah, I understand, yeah.
Fantastic. So here's what you're going to do. We're going to release you. And you're going to make your way back to your friends. It's going to be like those books you heard about of heroes reuniting with one another. Now here's the caveat. We believe that one of your friends knows where this artifact is. And you're going to want to remember this. We're looking for something called the Ember Crown. All right? Remember that in your head. What did I just say?
Yeah, one of my friends is looking for the Ember Crown.
Ember Crown, there we go. You're a smart boy. Now, I'm going to give you this. You see that he hands over to you. You can't grab anything yet, of course, but you see he puts in front of you ink and parchment. Now, this is very special paper and pen, which you can write a note and I'll get it instantly. So when you find out about where it is, you can let me know where it is, So you write a little message, I get it, and then we're square. So if you help me find the crown, I will release your grandmother back to you, and you can live your lives in whatever little shitty hamlet you choose to live in next. Do we understand each other?
Yes. Yeah, we do. Yes.
You see he taps on your cheek. Smart boy. Now, in case, just to put it out there real quick, in case you get that little academic brain of yours, your little independent thinker, that you try to let your friends know, hey, my grandmother's kidnapped, help me out. Let's just say grandma's gonna go bye-bye.
How do I have your word that you won't hurt her?
You don't, but you know what? Let's just say this is the formation of a beautiful friendship, which we are going to form on trust. Could have killed you right now, but I didn't.
Thank you. Okay.
You see, this boy's got mad as he said thank you. That's just the stuff you love to see. So, to reiterate, what are you doing when you find out where the crown is? So I can just hear with my ear.
Are they on the paper?
Mm-hmm. And who are we not telling?
I'm not telling them.
Fantastic. With that, put him back to sleep. You'll be with your friends soon. As you see another group of men come up. Night, night! and immediately black you out. With that, you awaken, and as you awake, you're in the deep of the woods. It's night right about now, and you can hear very close, almost maybe about 50 feet away, the sound of Rao asking a lot of questions, and in a voice that seems very annoyed by these questions. As you can see, a campfire in the distance.
I think Alvaro pats themselves to find the ink on the parchment.
It is almost like a satchel they gave you, as you see, all in there. You also see there's a note saying, "We warned you, do not tell anyone," as a final warning.
Alvaro puts that, like, makes a little necklace and hides it in between, like, in underneath the scarf that they have, and put it down, like, so it's like very much hidden that there's not even like a satchel there. Alvaro then cries for a little bit, and holds onto the scarf that their abuela made, and then after about 2 minutes, or Alvaro kind of stands up, wipes the tears a little bit, and starts walking towards the campfire, very silent, very softly at first, being help, help, and then loudly, gradually getting louder, just screaming help, help, help.
Rao sits up abruptly, and I think as he does so, he grabs Gareth and shakes Gareth by the campfire. Do you hear that?
I was
I
in the
heard
middle of a really good dream. What happened?
Don't you hear
Someone's
that?
calling for help.
Help! Help!
I'm gonna take up all my blankets that I'm bundled in, pick them up around me, and then be like, "Okay, come on, let's go, you guys."
Rao gets up with his long sword and, without any regard to himself, marches with Malini to find where this cry is coming from.
Lawrence is like, hey, damn it.
I'm gonna stay with Lawrence. I'm gonna hold him back. Lawrence, stay here. We don't know what's out there. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
You
I'm
see
going
Be
back.
careful.
Elin's like, "Wait, hold up, you shouldn't all be going at once."
There's like crashing through the trees as Malali's comforter or whatever, like big old sleeping bag, just
Yeah.
is,
Just-
there's no stealth here.
except for everybody behind, which
Yeah, it just keeps like whacking Rao in the face. Like he has to put his sword up to like block the incoming sticks.
just triangle,
Yeah.
just countering each stick. But with that, you all see Alvaro, which is amazing because, I mean, you didn't know what happened. You just assumed they turned to stone, but here they are in the woods, no less near you. But
What
they're
are you
alive.
doing here? What are you doing here?
As soon as they like they were probably facing behind, like their back to you, and they turn around as soon as you say that. They make eye contact with you, and for some reason you don't understand, burst into tears and just falls to their knees.
Oh no.
If Alvaro so consents, Rao literally runs up to Alvaro, breaks into a slide on his knees, and just holds you. And as he holds you, he's just like, "My God, Alvaro, I thought you turned to stone like everyone else. Hey, you're all right now." And he like looks you in the face, and he like holds your face. He's just like, "You're all right now. You're with friends. You're okay. What happened?"
Alvaro can't even form words, and like kind of like buries their head in your chest, and just you just hear them very softly just being like, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry."
Sorry, what are you saying sorry for? There's nothing to apologize for.
I'm sorry.
You
I
see,
take my blanket and I put it around Alvaro.
Just, I'm sorry. And just like kind of just evolves from there and just kind of like collapses.
Mm-hmm. I think now Raul will look at Malele as Alvaro's kind of like sobbing into him, and it's just kind of like that question. They'll go like,
Gareth and Lawrence will slowly approach as we figure out it's not a physical threat.
Mm-hmm.
Alvaro?
As soon as they hear your voice, Gareth, I think again just the sobs increase, or like it stifles for a moment. I was like, and just continues to get worse.
Whoa. What?
I don't like this.
You
There,
see
there.
Elin begins to approach. It's just like, all right, I don't know. Who is this?
Friend
This
of
is
ours.
our friend, Alvaro.
Another one?
Yeah, we have a lot of friends.
Yes.
Do you?
Something
Do
that-
you have a lot of friends?
You don't have a lot of those, do you?
I have friends. I have
Name one.
friends. Johnny.
They're all probably gear knights, huh?
Another gear night.
Oh, please. No, don't. Okay. How about we take the kid to the camp where it's safe, not in the middle of the woods where a creature could come in and drag one of you away.
Wait,
Good point.
Elin, weren't you cooking something on the fire?
And you see he immediately just runs back. He's just trying to save what looks like he just had like meat that he bought from like the tavern and he was cooking it, but then chased all of you. So he's just like, I hope you like one of the sides burned because one of the sides are burned now.
Call that Al Pastor.
Come on, come back with us. We'll go get you some food or something.
I think you have to lift Alvaro up because Alvaro is just like
Yep.
clinging. Yeah.
Oh no.
Lawrence will help.
Ra will pick up, and Lawrence can like help. I think it's probably kind of like a lift over shoulder sort of situation.
Yeah.
Fantastic. As you pick up, go back. A couple minutes pass by as you all, help Alvaro get situated with the scenario. You catch them up on what's going on. And for the most part, what are we doing in camp as you see that Eland is, as he's being understanding of the situation, does recommend that you all get some sleep as you're going to arrive at Balor tomorrow.
Sleep is for old people. We want to hear your story. What's going on? How'd you get here?
How did you find
why
us?
are you not stoned?
Alvaro is kind of like knees into their chest, like leaning against a tree. And you can see for a couple, like they take a couple beats. And I don't know if there would be a skill check to see something like a little insight thing if you wanted to.
I can use soul gaze.
I'm offering.
Oh no.
I'll make it worse. I look into your soul.
I look into your eyes a little gaily.
Just a little gay. Just a little.
Look into your
Pokemon
eyes.
shine.
Rainbows come through.
I'll spend an AP to gaze into your eyes. So
alright.
basically, the ability says you peer into the eyes of another creature to sense their ideals and flaws. So however y'all wanna frame that.
If that's the case, do you see it in like how do you see, or let me ask this, how do you see people's souls? Do you see them in like thoughts? Do you see them in like images? Like what do you?
I think so far it's kind of like it's images, or it can be almost like a communication of how they're feeling through their body language. So for example, one of the things that happened in the previous episode is that he looked into the eyes of the owl, and it spoke to him, so he was able to kind of like discern that. So yeah, however you want to flavor like
I think
something.
as you gaze at Alvaro and Melinda, lady asks for like, what's the story? You see their eyes dart like back and forth in like genuine fear, but not fear of like fear of both the situation, but there's something else of being like, oh God, what do I say? and then you see them grip there's something around their like this what looks like to be their scarf, but it's a little too tight to be just the scarf. But you do see them grip their abuela's scarf, which you would know. And then you can hear in their voice shakily, but kind of with about like the story they're about to tell. If that applies.
Mhm. It's okay. We're with friends now, Alvaro. You don't have to be afraid of anything.
You say that, the look of that, the quick eye contact that they're gonna make with you is no, there is, but like suits back their eyes right down. And then Alvaro's like, I was in the library the day of the festival, and I was studying something, just studying some medical books, and I drifted off, and then there was I heard it like fire and yelling and screaming, and I went to go find my abuela, and I couldn't find her, and so I kind of just kept running and screaming her name and running through the woods, until I've been wandering since, and I got just been here. You know what I mean?
Been all alone the whole time. That's. Well, we're glad you're with us now.
Alvaro, if your abuela survived the fire, she's probably stoned. So, in a few days.
She isn't.
Lawrence like elbows Gareth a little bit.
So
Raoul
you
looks
know.
over to Gareth and mouths, bedside manner, bedside manner.
Hold on.
Wait,
Things aren't
you
things
see
aren't
Elin
adding, things
do
are not
better.
adding up here. So she's not stoned. So you know where she is.
No, she's probably not. I couldn't find her, so she's probably not stoned.
Hey, no, let's we don't know. All right? We just don't know. Just like looks at Gareth.
You think his abuela is really.
You don't.
You think that his
see
abuela
Elin
was just
sleep-
walking up and down the riverbank, up and down to Eston? No, either dead or stoned. Hopefully,
You
it's
see-
stone.
Elin gets behind you, Gareth, and slaps you in the head of like, all right, shut up now. Smacks you in the head.
I think
I-
you if you make eye contact, if you look back up at Alvaro, there are tears in their eyes, but there's something like it's angry tears, but like ones of like I can't get up right now.
I'm gonna just go take a little walk. I'm gonna go keep watch. I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
I think that's a
Wa-
good idea.
Walks off into the tree line to keep guard.
Sorry about that.
Oh, it's fine.
Gareth's a little on edge for some reason.
Yeah.
Those two.
How did you all survive? I know I ran into the woods, but how did the rest of you?
We don't know, do we? We were on the boat, but everyone else turned to stone.
There were those notes.
Eloise's notes, right?
Eloise's
Oh.
notes.
Nuts for what?
Musical
Like
notes.
musical, yeah.
Oh.
And
Hmm.
she
So-
protected us.
You see Elin kind of go, yeah, that sounds like Eloise.
You know Eloise?
They were Gyarados, Sochizai. So we are pretty confident of Eloise's magic.
Her. She is the reason we're here. It just sort of like looks out. It's like avoiding eye contact with everyone.
Eloise is a hell of a knight. I can tell you that much.
Oh, well, yeah.
So wait, was everyone from home, the makers and shakers, were they all just former Gear Knights then?
I mean, it's a little strange due to the fact we kind of all broke out. So I guess it was just a voluntary decision they all made to move into the same neighborhood, I guess.
Wow, right?
There's like a secret society of gear knights that you're living amongst all along.
Yeah, I don't know why Eloise moved there. She freaking hated the woods.
Actually, speaking of the woods, what are you all doing in them?
Well, currently we're headed to Baylor.
Garrett's gonna go back into the group here and slowly
Mhm.
sink back in. Yeah, we're headed to Baylor. We rouse cousin, I think,
Yes.
is there, and it's not looking so pretty there. It's under siege. So
Oh,
by Arcus. That's what is being said, but who knows until we finally get there.
you see them jolt.
You know,
But-
Alvaro, if you don't want to come with us, I get it. I'm scared shitless.
No, no, I don't.
You weren't
I
with
don't-
us when we were in Eston. You can easily walk in through those doors and get safe passage.
I don't want to be alone right
You're
now.
not gonna be alone. Eston has
And
plenty
I
of people
don't
there. Big
wanna be
libraries
with-
too.
I don't want to be with anyone that's. I mean, you guys are from the same place I am, and you know what's going on. And maybe if I travel with you, I can find my abuela.
Yeah.
So you're gonna carry your weight if you come with us.
Gareth.
What?
He's a little right. He's very heavy-handed, but he's a little right. We are going to be going into possible siege, so I do
I-
need to
I st-
know that you know this ahead of time before you join in this company.
Well, they don't even weigh that much, anyways. Look at them.
Wow,
Then
that
Alvaro, at
is-
this point, Alvaro looks down and like, I lift a lot of books, you know. I do a jog and I've studied a lot of magic or a lot of healing rituals and spells, and I can heal any of your injuries. I wanted to be a doctor. Wanted to help people.
I hope you study
So-
chiropractic, because I got a bad back problem that could use really fixing right now.
A little chuckle. It's like, yeah, I can see what I can do.
All right. He has Elin's vote. It's up to the rest of you. I am always down for a chiropractor.
I want to see this.
Okay.
We're always better together.
You're more than welcome to join us.
Looks to Gareth.
Yeah, sure. But be of use. Your books are not gonna help on the battlefield.
Lord just trying so hard not to clock on his
You Alvaro kind of stands up and like very shakily stands up, but it's just like, don't worry, I'll start trying to put things into practice, and then starts walking over to start cracking backs.
As you go about doing a masterful job, you don't have to roll. You studied all the techniques. He goes, "Ooh, hey, just the various noises of a man who's found new relief in his back.
Yeah,
Before
you have
we
a lot
jump-
of knots.
It's a lot of pent-up tension. And as that's going on, the rest of you, what are we doing before we move on to our next scene, if anything?
Malele is
I-
watching all of the back cracking.
It's like a symphony or an education. It's like a workshop of like, I didn't know you could do that. And just
Yeah,
Oh, that was a
pressure, if you do some pressure with your thumb, and then if
Ah.
I'd like to call this position the snapping turtle, because you're going to feel a little.
Whoa!
Just
That was a good one. That was a really good one. That was loud.
I think
Anybody?
after Elon has been significantly cured by Alvaro and is in a relaxed state, I'm assuming like Gareth is probably taking like watch while some folks are preparing to sleep.
Yes, he would be. Yeah.
Yeah, so the Rao marches over to Eland. And I think that there's a vibe, perhaps a fear in Eland's heart that he's probably just gonna ask more Gear Knight questions.
You
like an
see him, like-
enthusiastic fanboy. But he instead like kind of like slumps against a log that they're sitting at and just goes, about that friends we met earlier. What was that about? Like, isn't he a Gear Knight like you? Like, you were both comrades. Why did he attack us?
Look, kid, I know you have in your head that we're all sort of fantasy heroes that never die. It is very quite opposite, as most of those stories do not tell you that being a hero, forgive my French equivalent, is shit. You don't get paid. Really anything. You get free housing, and the medical is but for the most part, you do it for the kindness out of your heart. And let's just say that can only go so far for some people, such as Marcy. Marcy and a number of other individuals who shall remain unnamed for the purposes of not harming a particular child as he looks over in Garrett's direction, were more concerned about making coin rather than helping people.
That's not right. That's not what I was taught. But that's unfortunate. But there's some of us that don't follow that path, right?
Look, kid, don't get your hopes up. I'm only doing this because I owe a favor, okay? I failed something long ago, and let's just call this a massive IOU.
Rao, I think there's the barrier in Rao's brain where the truth of that doesn't quite pierce through that veil. And instead, he kind of just shoots Eland a smile, a winning smile, and just says, "Yeah, but you've really shown that you've cared." And then kind of like nudges Eland, and then smirks. And unless Eland has anything to say, will like stand up and say, "I'll leave you to your night, sir," and marches back over to maybe Gareth, who could help with watch.
You just hear heavy. It's just like so many people here. It's so tired. You can get the sense he's an introvert through and through, and this is a lot for him. With that, we have two other people here in case. Is there anything you want to do before we move to Balor?
As Rao swaps out Gareth for watch, I'm gonna go ahead and have a little moment aside here with Mileli. So, I'm glad we got out, but the entire time I've been thinking about what happened at the hearing. What Ana de Ortiz said.
Which thing? There was a lot of things.
About you and your parents and my parents.
Yeah.
I mean, do you know about this?
I have.
'Cause for all I know,
Well-
I think she is making up total bullshit.
Well, I mean, what she said about my parents was true, except for that it wasn't. It was everything she said about them was true, but also a lie. Because my parents were good people; they weren't traitors. They were just doing what was best for other people. They were trying to help the town, and I mean, some people could see that as traitors, but I think if they see that as being a traitor, then they're the real ones being traitors. You know what I'm saying?
How are they helping the town?
Well, it's a lot of politics, but there's a lot of like starvation and poverty and nobody having any money, things like that. Government corruption is one that my mom would always talk about. And so I forgot my train of thought, but they were all bad.
Okay, well, just know that what she said about my parents, it's not true.
I already don't remember. I think everything she said, I just knew it was a lie anyway, so I didn't really put it in.
She
to my
said that
memory
my
thing.
dad made a weapon for the Ember Queen.
Was it the one that we were looking for?
I don't know. but
Maybe
that's-
he did, but maybe it wasn't for the Ember Queen. Maybe the Ember Queen took it or something.
I don't know. I never got to know my dad. But after seeing my mom and what she did, all that magic shit, I don't know what to believe anymore. So hopefully they can find a cure. Hopefully we can find a cure. And I can get the truth.
Yeah.
Because things aren't adding up.
No.
And I don't know
but
where she got that information from.
we know who our parents are. We know.
Apparently not.
Well, I think she doesn't know what she's talking about. And I think she doesn't have the whole story.
Neither
And
do we.
maybe we don't. But I still believe in my parents. I think they chose the right thing. And I think maybe your dad chose the right thing too. We just don't know yet.
In war, everyone's right for some reason or another. Good night, my lily. I
Good
gotta
night.
go to sleep.
Okay, I'm still watching that crackies.
Ah,
We're still going?
The last one?
there's a lot of tension in the back.
I call this one the Wetzel.
Right quick, Danny, you have a reroll from Joe. So you got one
Thank you.
free reroll. With that, the last person here, Lawrence, is there anything you want to do, or are we okay to move on?
I've been debating if I want to do this, but I think I
Do it.
shall.
Do it.
Do it.
I
Do
think
it.
that
Do it.
Lawrence is going to maybe like when I don't know Gareth is doing watch, kind of like go over to him. Hey, question about that night, I guess. When you went to help out Rao, what happened?
What do you mean? When?
When you went into that house, what happened?
There was a building that was on fire. And there was a man there. And he pulled a sword on me. And I pulled mine out. And things started falling around. The house started to collapse on itself. And I was able to get out.
So nothing else happened?
There was a person there that I think I don't know who it was, but I had to leave him behind. Does that make me a bad person, Lawrence?
He kind of pauses. Sometimes you have to make hard decisions, but
And I did.
you were in there for a while. Why couldn't you...
All right, Lawrence. If you want to know what really happened in there, I'll tell you. Remember that military man at the hearing? The one that was at Anande Ortiz's hip?
Yeah,
Alcaraz or something like that?
Alazar, but yeah.
Sure, Alazar. What did I say?
Alcaraz?
Alcaraz.
Alcatraz?
Alakazam.
He was sniffing around in there, and he turned around and stabbed me right here as I pull up my cotton shirt to reveal a pretty nasty stab wound that hasn't fully healed yet. It
Mm,
looks a little infecty-fecty.
you
Um,
might want Alvaro to look at that.
I'm fine. I'm fine. And yeah, Lawrence, after you stabbed me, I saw red. And I stabbed him with my swords. Stabbed and cut and slashed. Because it was me or it was him. And I'm still here. But he's still fucking there too, so I don't know what the fuck happened. So I guess I didn't kill anyone. But I thought I did.
He sort of nods. Are you okay? That's a lot for one person to carry. Alone.
He's alive, isn't he? I'm sure we'll cross paths again.
And then what?
I do it again. And here's the thing, Lawrence. I liked it. I felt like I was doing something that I wanted to always do. And please, I don't mean that like I'm gonna go and just kill people randomly. Like it's kind of fucked up, but like I felt like I finally belonged in this world, defending my people.
There's a lot of ways to defend. You don't have to kill.
I'm sorry, Lawrence, but that's just a straight up lie. You have to. And we're going to, if we have to, get our parents back, get everyone back. Maybe not you, but I'll do it all for all of us. If that just means I get my mother back and get my home back.
He just sort of looks and is listening, kind of expression doesn't change. And he looks like he wants to say a lot of different things. But he just kind of nods and says, you don't have to do everything alone. You don't have to sacrifice yourself. We can figure things out together. You just gotta Stop being so damn hard-headed.
Looks like Rao's coming over to switch us out. Anything else you got to say?
Nothing you'll hear. And she walks off.
Hey guys.
Hey, just pushes past him.
Night.
As Lawrence pushes past them, I'm like, thanks, Rao. As I shoulder check him on the other side, as I follow behind Lawrence.
Yeah. Love that spirit, gang. Love that spirit, gang. And then I'll take
What
lunch.
the fuck did I just listen to?
With that, the narrator comes once more. Steamy, isn't it? But with that, our heroes respited and took the time to themselves. And in the morning, around the earliest time, they came upon the site of Baulor. Baulor was a great city, almost like a shining jewel among a forest, except for the fact that now it seemed to be besieged. From what they see, our heroes made their way out of the woods to find a large, numerous, countless encampments surrounding the entirety of the city around a bay. You see multiple men of Arcus cutting down logs to build trebuchets and other siege equipment. You see that at the moment all the trade is blocked, and from what you can see in the city in the distance, you can see its lovely bay, but there are a number of ships surrounding it. It seems like these ships can't get into the harbor, as what you can see just ever so slightly, shimmering in the distance, is what looks like to be a large golden chain that hangs from the bay from side to side, blocking any ship from coming in the inside. With that, as you guys approach, you can see that they are pushing away people from not entering within the limits. And you kind of see Eland on the side go, okay, so this is a problem. Good news and bad news. Good news, they're besieging, but they're not sieging, so nobody seems to be hurt yet. Bad news is we need to get in there. And there's only 2 ways I know of doing that. So, unless anybody else has any bright ideas, not to pass by these people.
I mean,
I have some ideas.
go for it, Lily. What you got?
Malele takes off a layer of robes. And underneath this first layer, no, don't worry, there's lots underneath there. We see an outfit of a commoner that they wear. She takes that one off too, and underneath that one is an aristocratic type of robe. And then she'll take off that one too.
The babushka
I
doll.
got a lot. I'm ready. I'm ready for anything. And the base layer is an officer's uniform. And we're gonna be like, what do you guys think? I could maybe get us in, say that we're there on official business.
Were you
Well,
wearing
this-
6 layers this whole time?
Yes, I had the same question. Were you not burning in there? Like, it's summer. Like,
is
not
how
even
I
early.
I just live this way. I'm always cold, Everybody has the friend that's always cold.
Wow.
Sure. I never thought you were that friend. I thought it was
I'm that
Gareth.
friend. No, it's me. I just wear a lot of layers. It's a trick that I learned.
Isn't it spring?
It's more like early summer. Like, it's just incredibly hot.
I think turns around and says, "Oh, I'm so sorry that you're so cold. Oh my god."
I know it's a really hard life sometimes, but I'm doing good. We're doing good. But hey, ta-da!
So you're gonna pretend you're an officer of
Baylor.
this? Oh, of Baylor.
Yeah, and then I'll be like, hey, I have these really important people, and they're following me. I have to take them somewhere. And they smile like this because people love to say yes to this face.
Okay. I love everything except for the smile, because if you're an officer, what are you happy about in this instance? You're away from home, fighting in a foreign country.
I'm
Okay.
happy about punishment. I have prisoners to punish.
So
Yeah.
we're
Happy
prisoners.
prisoners.
So we're prisoners? Is that what your plan is?
You all were stealing food that was needed for Balor because of the siege. So I'm bringing you in for justice.
But we have to get through all of that, as I point to the Arcus military setup, like the encampments.
It could get us in. The only problem is, how's it going to get us into the city? Because if we're prisoners, they're
Do
going to
we-
put us in a camp where they put prisoners in, which you're not in
What
the
if
city.
you're citizens of Balor and I captured you and I was from the all of these people, these military people, Hierarchus.
Yeah, Arcus, yes.
You're
And-
capturing us and putting us back into our city.
Yeah. I'm like hostaging you.
It's not the worst plan, I'm going to be honest. Because mine requires me. You see, he's a very, in a sense of like, he doesn't want to do what he's thinking in his head. It does require me to talk to people again, and I'd rather not. I've already had enough humility for a day, so, I mean, I'm okay with the prison plan here, if we want to go with it.
I mean,
we
Elin,
have to
let's hear what you got.
Yeah.
You have the most battle experience here.
Okay.
Yes,
You
sir.
are a general.
I'm not a general. Let's just say I know the princess.
What?
For reasons. So, and he kind of points towards banners. You see there's a tent that looks to be standing out among them, which it seems to be a little bit of a golden inlay of it. You see the banners flying high. You see it looks more like a commander tent. I could talk to them into letting us into the city, but I don't know if they're going to be happy to see me.
There's a lot of people who aren't often happy to see you.
Let's just say the war did not end on great terms for me.
What if we, and then like Alvaro's kind of like raises their hand and they're very meekly, it's like, what if we did kind of both, where Malele is an officer escorting maybe new recruits to the princess, and we volunteer to help with the siege to let us into the city, and then you can introduce yourself and be like, I vouch for them in case things go south.
I like that. You've clearly read a lot of stories about things like this.
Yeah, this is a reference in something called the prince room, and so
Oh, I
it
love
just
these
seemed like
stories.
very similarly in that book.
All
Sounds
right, I
lovely.
get-
You'll have to tell it to us sometime.
Okay,
yeah.
so plan Prince Groom, I guess. So Melele, take it away. As you see, just getting ready in case for the
Okay.
worst.
So you all are my military recruits, and I am your officer. We're going to be going through all of that, and we need to find
yes,
the
ma'am.
princess. And
Alright.
I need you to stand up a little straighter. And I like poke Rao in the chest, and I'm like,
Yeah.
a little taller you over there. Stop slouching so much. Everybody, look sharp.
Okay, you added 11. Bring it down a notch.
Everybody, look sharp, and march with me.
Fantastic. As you begin to, you see the guards, very casual-like. They're supposed to be on guard today, and they seem a little chillaxed. It looks like something hasn't happened yet, and they kind of go, "Hey, okay, hey, how you doing? Can we help you?"
Hello, officers. Yes, I am bringing these recruits into the camp to see the princess for their approval.
And you got paperwork.
Yeah, obviously. So just so you know what I'm using my impersonation persona. It says 2/4/6 AP. I believe that's per whichever persona I do.
Yes.
And the officer, I believe, is 4.
All right.
Unless
You
you mark
don't
it
have to roll anything, right? From my understanding.
No, so that's just
Okay.
I can prepare a convincing alternate identity.
Fantastic.
So-
They go, all right, officer, have any new recruits? And he just gives you like fresh fish looking look, and let you through.
All
Yes,
right,
sir.
come on, move those boots.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah, these officers are getting a bit young, aren't they? Hey, look, I ain't complaining. With that, you all proceed towards the tent. And as you get closer and closer, you can hear what looks like to be voices and see just various shadows of people looking around what looks like to be a diorama of the area. As you can see, it's got Balor, it's got the bay, their ships, their numbers. It also looks like to be supplies. And in the back, you see that they have what looks like almost like maybe an alternative scenario or something else. As you can see, it's got the map of the whole region in case they need to go full scale. You can see right now, they're very focused on just this area. So it doesn't seem to be an imminent attack, but they do seem prepared. Now, what you see in terms of what you're trying to look for, you can see what looks like to be an individual. From what you can guess, maybe early 40s. You see that they have orange skin with their horns the same color, going up and protruding to the side, bright red eyes, hair that's curled up and almost like froish in nature with what looks like to be almost a single lock on the side. And you can see they're wearing armor at the moment of the Arcus colors, which is this combination of black and gold mixed with hints of red. As you see, they're commanding people at the moment of going to different sections and securing. It looks like they're preparing to attack maybe tonight or maybe the morning. And in this instance, what would you all like to do?
Quick feet! Quick feet! Quick feet, soldiers! Come on! And I'll take them right up to the princess and stop. Halt!
I bump into Rao behind.
Oh, come on! Princess! I have some recruits. We need to talk to you in a more private location.
Hi, I'm Billy.
You see they all look up, and with that, you see they look directly at Eland. Huh. Isn't that strange? You see Eland go, hello, it has been a long time, Lestra. With that, you see they immediately move their hands over to the side. As you see the men break out, you can see on the faces of these men, they're like, oh shit. And then just immediately, like, you see they know what's about to happen and they all break out. With that, you see the princess gets on the side, pours himself a cup of water. This is going to be very interesting to see. Please explain to me why you are here. Elon approaches. I'm going to be very honest with you. I am here on a favor from Aya, and these recruits, you can drop the axe, and kind of goes, I need to get into Balor, if you'll be so kind. You see, they drink their water, wish it around, and get to explain to me why I should care why you entered the city or not. You see Egan kind of look to you guys of like, hey, you can help now. Just like, you can try me
Lawrence is
anytime.
amused. Just watching in amusement.
Okay.
Rao is too engrossed in his act because it's not really an act. He's just being himself.
I scoot Rao forward to take it away.
My lady looked like she was about to say something. Before Rao jumps in.
Oh, Rao, you have permission to speak, officer.
Yes,
I
ma'am,
thought
yes.
I thought we're new recruits.
And Rao kind of looks over to the princess and just goes, Princess, ma'am, we're from Mar, and all of our people turned to stone for a giant magical owl anomaly. And we're hearing lots of things about Acris and about Balor, and things are not adding up, ma'am. And we're here to find the truth of it.
You want to know the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Then I will tell you the truth. You see they get up and explain. A little while ago, maybe 2 weeks back, we sent numerous traders in order to trade with Balor in its usual prospects. we come later to find a letter from the city of Balor requesting that we face our crimes for espionage, which we find rather ridiculous, and come to find out a number of traitors who have personal ties to the royal family, have been charged with espionage and murder. We do not understand these things, and we come here to get back our traitors. Now, I would rather do it without the bloodshed, but if push comes to shove, I will do what is necessary to get our people out alive, even if it means to burn down this place into nothing but rubble. As you can see, there is passion in the voice. As you see, when they speak of this traitor, it isn't just like, this is a subject of my kingdom. You can tell one of these people in there have some sort of, not necessarily
Personal
romantic
tie.
relationship, a personal tie, yeah.
I just want to clarify something, just for like what we know and what we're being fed in information. Just confirm what I have. We are being told that this is a unilateral decision by Acros to go after Balor, right? Like that is what we have been fed as a narrative thus far.
Yes.
Okay. And I think Rao turns to look at everyone else and goes, "See, something's up. People have been saying Acros is decided unilaterally to do this, ma'am. We had no context of the trading relationships. And if talking is what you need, if we can help avoid that bloodshed, surely it is imperative that we do, right?" He looks at everyone else.
Yeah,
Yes.
something's not right here. Who are these traders that you sent in?
It's stereotypical, it's furs and wines, and we're looking for mariposas to sell between each other. We needed a new supply, so we sent our best, and we are now finding out that they have been captured.
So you need the traders back or the cargo?
My kingdom, my mother, the queen, would say more emphasis on the resources, but I have a different opinion on the fact that I rather have our people rather than goods.
Yeah.
Who in particular are you wanting to be pulled from there? Because if there's a lot of people in there, the more people, the hotter it gets.
I understand this. There is someone in there by the name of Albert, who is a close family friend. If push comes to shove, we will leave if Albert comes back home with us.
Question, does this name sound familiar to me at all?
I'll say sure. I mean, you've been around. He's just another trader that you hit on your route. Nothing out of the ordinary that would really pique. It's just like, a customer. So you know them to be, in terms of the description of what they look like, a very tall, maybe about 7 feet, and they usually have to kind of hunch over, tall individual who has what looks like to be blue skin, sort of grayish hair, horns that kind of protrude from the side and go up, kind of crescent a little bit, almost like a heart shape. Blue, small, little golden glasses, and it's just a normal trader, trades in anything. And they do hail from Arcus, so that at least matches up. But they're not a troublemaker, and you scout out people, so they're not anything out the ordinary. They're just a normal working person.
Yeah. Oh, that's weird that they would suspect them. But I guess we'll keep an eye out for them. I mean, because we want to get in there too, obviously.
And you said traders. Just so we know the numbers, if we can pull it. Is there anyone else you're looking for?
Well, in total, we had 8.
8. Do you think they'll hold them up together or put them in separate places? Is there like a hierarchy?
No, there is no hierarchy. There are just traitors. I would suggest they most likely would have them in the same place. They're not really combat experienced. They're normal peasants. and, middle class man.
Understood.
So
You
you
see-
started. Sorry, go ahead.
No, please continue.
No, please, princess, please.
You see, they look over to Eland. Are you sure you entrust this perilous task to these individuals? You see, Eland very just like, look, I know I'm not the best guy in order to get this, but it doesn't hurt if they can't try. I mean, they made it this far. You see, thinking in their head. Is there anything we want to say before they make their decision here?
Princess, you barely know us. We're from a small town, Mar. You've probably seen it before. But send us in the first wave before you send in your best rogues and spies. I'm sure we'll do a better job. But before we do, we get you Obalt. That's who you're after, mainly. What do we get in return again? Just to clarify.
You see they get up and very menacingly get very close to you in your face and goes, what you get from me in return is that this city doesn't face the full might of an empire. And people get to live about their lives in a very happy state.
I kind of look to my left and right, maybe outside of the open canopy tent, just to kind of observe all of the sieging starting to get set up. All of this for one person. Wouldn't be the first time in history.
Fine.
We'll do our best.
I will let
and,
you into the city, but on one condition. You all have till tomorrow morning to get everyone out. The minute I see dawn, those trebuchets start launching. Do I make myself clear?
We can't guarantee everyone, Princess. We'll try our best. But from what I'm hearing, your main priority is Obalt. Correct?
Da. It is correct. If I find out this is some sort of trick, you will know my wrath.
We'll see you at dawn.
With that, you see they go outside the tent, talk to a couple people, and with that, you can follow these men. They will let you into the city. We're going to leave you at a certain pace as they've opened fire if we get within a certain distance.
They what?
Is there Is there anything you want to tell us? Because you obviously know way more about the layouts of the city, Princess. You can't just send us out there without telling us anything else. Like, does Baylor got a
Roll
sewer?
it.
Does,
They got a sewer? Or...
they got buildings?
They got
Where
Uber?
did it go?
You see, they rolled a 5. I'm sorry, but I've only been preparing to attack the city. And from what I see, there's no real way out of here. They have a chain on the harbor, and they have very strong walls, so there was not much we learned. We were just going to do a full assault and just hit it with everything we had.
Here's a question I want to ask. I study a lot of things. Is there any check that I could make to see if I have any book knowledge on just like, because I just reach it.
Yeah, roll a d20. Just roll d20 and then we'll see what you get.
Fingers crossed. 11.
11. So, with an 11, that's a success. You barely make it. With that, with that, one of the, depending on the way you want to get out, there's 2 ways. There is a sewer, yes. The only problem is it's a sewer, so, besides it being stinky, there might be something in there that you may have to deal with. But the safer route, you know that what's going across this harbor is a chain that retracts and retracts. They do it so that boats don't come into the bay. So when an attack happens, a boat can't come in and a boat can't come out. If you get that link down and grab a boat, you can get out. As long as you let the rest of them know that you're going to be getting on a boat, because if they see a boat coming out, they're going to light that thing on fire the minute they see it coming towards them.
Okay. I think Alvaro is like, as Gareth's asking, is like, we could. There is a sewer, like you mentioned. There's a sewer if we want to go that route. But if we manage to get that chain down, we could sneak through a boat.
I have a boat.
You have a boat?
Yeah. I think we
it's
brought it
all
with
the way-
us.
No.
No, we didn't.
I would say no. I will say Elin did bring it around. I mean,
what?
it's nearby, but Elin can if somebody has to go get it. So
Were these guards gonna bring us into Baylor by boat, or are these?
they're gonna
are we
bring you
just-
by just the gate. They're gonna leave you at the gate. Is what they're doing.
So it's a land. It's a land. You walk to it. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's getting out that's gonna be the problem, and that's why it's like either the sewer or the boat.
Thing is, Alvaro, we shoot down that chain. I'm sure there's people, posted up all along the top. We break that, they're gonna be on full alert the entire time. Double up,
Well-
triple up the patrols.
Got a point.
You can discuss
mean-
this among yourselves, but you can also talk to these people. Maybe you can make them see a reason where I have failed.
I also
think
have a
so,
grappling
too.
hook.
Oh.
Or you can use a grappling hook, which is a little direct, but who
All
am I
right,
to
Sly
judge?
Cooper. One last thing, Princess, if I can make a request, since we are hopefully taking out 8 people out of Baylor. All of us, do you have any thoroughbreds at your stables that we can procure? Just any horses that we can use to,
Fine.
if we need
You can have some horses, but that is the last request you will have out of me.
6 of them, your finest. One for all of us.
I don't
You
know how
have
to ride a
6
horse.
horses.
What'd you say,
It's
Alvaro?
okay, you can ride with me.
So is that 5 horses is what I'm hearing now? In the
Alvaro, how do you not know how to ride a horse?
I spend a lot of time. I can do it in. I understand the practicality of it. Like I've seen the books.
We'll
but I
get
don't
you
know.
a tiny
I-
pony. How about that? It will not.
I've never done it either. It can't be that hard, right?
So for my regulation, you say that
5
it is-
horses and a donkey, if you have it.
No, don't. No.
I'm just going to give you 6 horses, and you can decide what you want to do with the 6. And you say they just begin to go out and get you your horses. Some time passes by, and soon you'll find yourself at the gates of Baylor. 6 horses in towed. One of them, we don't know what we're doing with, but they're there. And
know.
as... Oh, no, continue.
I think as we're walking, Rao's just kind of like, we haven't tried the talking. Because if we tried the sneaking before we tried the talking, then the talking is out of the question already. If we tried the talking, the sneaking is still there.
That's a really
Well,
good point.
That is.
Yeah, but here's my question for you, and I don't mean this to be mean, since I know I just got here. Do you guys let Gareth talk every time?
I don't think it's a matter of letting him. I just think he does.
If I talk louder, I get I will seem more convincing.
I don't
Yeah,
know
the
if
more
that's
you
what
yell,
happens.
the more they hear you.
You see Elin go,
That
yeah,
is
sure,
every
kid, that's how it
politician.
works. Yeah, sure. Yeah, and that worked out so well, hasn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, we got 6
Maybe-
horses, didn't we?
we 2 of us can't ride those horses.
And that's
I
like
know-
pity points. Like, it wasn't like you being, oh, look at me. It was more like, this kid is sad, let me give him a horse.
Also, we now have to rescue 8 people from a besieged city.
On that
Eston,
front, I think.
Eston is that way, Alvaro.
No, I'm not. I'm not knocking your style. I'm sorry if it came off that way. I'm not knocking your style. I'm just saying maybe that someone else should give it a shot. Maybe the aristocrat wearing one.
Okay, just pull me out pull me out at the end when you guys need me. That's all I gotta say about that.
I think we'd all be really good at talking.
Some more than others.
I want to see Rao try to talk his way into something.
Huh?
Yeah, that checks out.
As you guys are like, huh? You see immediately a crossbow almost hits you as you as you see one of the guy. Aye, it was over there. I almost hit you, but that was a warning shot.
We're young adults from Mar.
You're what?
We're young and we're hip.
We're hipsters from Mar.
You see they kind of go, everybody from Mar. And he's like, what's your purpose here? Are you spies?
No, we want to speak. York City's being besieged and we want to stop it.
No shit. You see one of the guys gets, what the damn tarnation is going up on here? Wait, we find people. They want to get in. Can I help you?
Rao's like looking at everyone else and it's just kind of like,
You have a relative here, don't you?
I do have a relative here.
But
This
do you want-
is your family.
Yeah, let them know.
You say
Do it.
we're a family trip. It's a family trip.
Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, I'm not in my office outfit anymore. I put all my robes back on.
My family member is besieged along with you. We have the ability to potentially end this if we could just speak to someone who will listen to us. Please?
See, they kind of talk among one another. All right, you can come in. Nice and slow like. See the door drop it,
Okay.
closes.
We did it, Rao. Look at you.
Wow, Rao, I didn't expect that to work, but you did it.
Neither did I.
As I come up behind Rao, pat him on the shoulder. Beginner's luck.
Rao looks at you behind him and then
As I put my way forward to try to be like one of the first ones in.
Fantastic.
Okay, so
With that, you all make your way in. What are you saying here,
I'll say
Alvaro?
I'll say, okay, who's gonna be the next one to talk? Are we doing round robin?
Popcorn
just-
style.
I just smile at you, Alvaro.
No, as we walk in.
no.
No.
Let's
With
see
that-
what situation we get into next.
You all walk into the city, not knowing what may happen, what is ahead of you, or what may happen in the siege. But as you do, that is where we shall cut for a quick break here. So with that, everybody, use El Baño, get yourself a snack, and we'll be right back. Hello, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful stretch. So prepare yourself for the second half. With that, we return back as we find ourselves in the streets of Balor. Now, it's almost like a very different mood here. As you saw from the outside, it's busy but relatively calm. On the inside, it's a very different story. You can see that going up the streets, which would have been like a very pleasant, almost like very enjoyable kind of walk down a street in the city, is a lot of tension. People are running back and forth. Rations are being handed out as, they're starting that essence of, all right, our food supply has been cut off. We gotta ration the food out in case of emergency. And overall, there is a feeling of worry, tension, almost afraidness, anxiety, but most importantly, there is this dread of the air of, if they attack, am I what's gonna happen to me? As there's just normal people here. And you can see from what they have, the defenses the city have is the only thing they have going for them. As they're a little undermanned here. None of that matters. As you guys head towards this city's version of their signoria, which is not as splendor as a great tree, but rather a small and intimate building. As you can see the flags of the city flying over what looks like to be this main hall. As you kind of enter in, you could see that a number of people are, talking, fighting. They seem to be in the middle of the session right now. As you can see that there are two individuals that are here that draw your attention. The first off, you can see is almost like maybe the main person here, or maybe the head of this council, which seems to be this almost smallish, maybe 5 feet tall, almost pale skin, dragon scales on their cheeks with sort of bat-like ears on their side, hair cut short and goes just about their shoulder as they wear almost a bluish kind of formal garb to them. The other person to the right, which you are all familiar with, is Dula. As you see this green-skinned, almost tree-like, orange hair, horns on their head, almost like antlers, and in slightly different apparel than what you saw them last, as you see they're almost acting as an advisory in this situation. As you kind of enter into the room, a lot of talking is going on, but with that, you see this person, the one in the middle, they kind of go, "Hello, can we help you?"
I think Rao looks over to Dula like really quickly, and his eyes, not very subtly, like flash a perhaps anger or discontent at this person's presence here so quickly after the hearing. And I think gets wrung back to reality as the person who's speaking to them. He kind of goes, "We're here to speak to whoever's in charge."
That would be me. As you see, they kind of get down, almost like waddling their way towards you. The name is Zolet. I am the head official here in charge of our defenses of the city. With, of course, aid from Eston in the form of Dula. You see, they give a nod. How can we help you, fine young folk? Are you mercenaries to fight the good fight?
They got a big army out there.
But we have a strong spirit! You see everybody go, "Ah!"
How many people are in this signoria right now?
It's like about 30-ish.
There's only 30 people to defend this whole city? That's
No,
was
30
like, no,
officials. Oh.
Okay.
No, and you see, that's not the numbers, but we are the heads. We are the thinkers, the brain of the system.
Yeah, looks like it.
You see, just give a look.
I think Rao's just kind of like, "I see Eston is here to assist you. I didn't realize that Eston had already decided to do that, because if I remember correctly, they hadn't agreed to do that, actually."
You see Dula kind of, "I have come on my own volition. I do not agree with Eston's role and providing counsel."
Kind of Anna de Ortiz to lend you to them.
Yeah.
I feel like you could.
So she doesn't know that you're
Well,
here.
it is not. Maybe they would do. I just see. Because all I'm hearing, I'm you.
Uh, how you
Are you spies? As you see, you see the guards kind of tap a little bit. You see the room kind of gets a little bit. It out.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
and I saw people hurting and wanted to offer my and my you see Alvaro scrambling like my assistance
companions. That
aid.
also works.
Give me 1 second, guys. Wait, hold up real quick, because I know. Okay, never mind. Continue back. Sorry, net was cutting out, but continue back. My bad.
We're doctors.
He's a doctor.
here to help.
Look,
Doctors. Oh,
look, Senator.
I'm getting confused.
Doctor
here.
and
Okay, yes,
escort.
please.
We're here to help. Acris, from what we have gathered, they want
They're traitors.
they want their traders. That's all they want, and they will leave this city alone. Surely that's enough to avoid pointless bloodshed, the suffering of the people down below, having to ration out their food.
Hold up, guys. Hold up. I'm sorry. Oh wait, are we good or good, Fabian? I'm sorry, everybody on the internet. You were having some connection issues. No.
Okay,
No problem.
what did you last hear?
Redo that for me. I last heard you're explaining your situation to Zolet at the moment.
So Rao kind of like fixes. He's so nervous and he's powered only by the power of anxiety of constantly having to be in hearings. And he kind of like steps up and looks at everyone and just says, "Look, Acris just wants their traders, just like Mulayli said. And surely that is good enough, right? Release a handful of traders so that your people are never besieged again. And that you don't have to ration food and the people don't have to suffer. Surely that's worth it."
Duba, what is your opinions on this matter? You see, they almost like gracefully, a little creepily, kind of glide across the room near their side and just. If I was to give my opinion, I would suggest maybe. I don't know about releasing the prisoners yet, but maybe you can let them see them. Maybe they can understand their plight and situation. But releasing them, I do not know. They may know secrets of Balor, which could lead eventually to the city's downfall.
Yeah, we really just want to talk with them for now.
I think we can all agree to that. You see, fine. Captain of the guard. You see, yes. Show them to the prisoners. Maybe they can get confessions out of them where we have failed. Right on, man. Follow me. With that, proceeds to lead you deep into the crevice of this place. As you go down, down, down into the depths of this place. On the outside, it doesn't look really like anything, but on the inside, it is quite cavernous. Almost like the cells are carved into the underground, rather it being built on top of it. You can see what looks like to be a number of empty cells, but the ones that draw your attention is the ones that hold these traitors. You see the ever-aforementioned big boy, Ulbolt. And you also see Sophia, who seems to be in the cell, almost squatting at the moment as they get up and look in the direction of Eland and Rao.
I think, okay, so just so I know as player, are the guards like watching us? Are they like hovering near us?
They're nearby. They're not like, they're not neck and neck.
Okay.
They're not breathing down your neck. They're just nearby.
They're just nearby. Okay, good to know.
Wait, I'll run in and start. If anyone's hurt, I think Alvaro will start healing them to make it look like, oh, I'm just gonna make sure everyone's okay, and starts doing that.
Mm-hmm. Are we allowed into the cell, or are we just outside of it?
I'll say they allow only, I'll say one person at a time. So one
So
of you
probably
can go in here.
Alvaro. So probably
Okay,
Alvaro's
so-
inside then.
They let Alvaro inside. You can see that they've been in shackles for some time. There is kind of chafing or kind of like a little bit hurt. Not anything like cruel or anything like that, but it just looks like, you know, when you have something over a section of your arm for a long time, it begins to decolor the skin because it's not getting
Yeah.
sunlight and it's a little hurt from scratches. So they've been here for a little bit. They've been relatively well fed, and you, Alvaro, without having to roll anything, they seem relatively healthy. One guy's got a
Mhm.
cold, but it looks like he may have had that before. And
Mhm.
with that, you see the guard kind of go, I'll give you the time you need.
Okay.
And kind of walks off a little bit.
Rao kind of like slides over to Sophia like through the bars, and it's just like, what are you doing here, Sophia?
What are you doing here, Rao? I thought I told you to stay in Mar. What the hell are you doing all the way out here?
Mars in trouble.
What do you mean Mar's in trouble? Mar's never in trouble. It's Mar. What, did the town drunk burn something down by accident?
Not too far off. Everyone's turned to stone. Some giant owl burst out of one of the ruins.
She goes,
Near our
"Whoa, whoa, whoa,
home."
whoa, take it back there. You said giant owl? What giant owl?
Rao looks at everyone else and looks back at Sophia. Large owl, blue color, brought storm and... I mean, even Eloise did something to protect us, but everyone else... It knew Eloise's name. It said it
That's
to me.
It's impossible. Ree can't have escaped.
Who?
You see they bite their tongue. You see Obol, this very largest figure kind of goes, I think you should be straight with him.
I love them so much.
I love him so much.
Obol, I'm just saying you should be kind and, you know, you should tell the truth. We're already in enough trouble as it is. Fine.
The whole town's down. Tell us.
Look, to make a very short story here, Ree is a mistake that we tried to keep concealed for a very long time.
What mistake?
You see Elin kind of go, sorry, Stu, you all freaking lied to us, huh? You lied to everyone. That's why you spent all your time in a little shitty place in the woods, even though I know Eloise didn't like the woods.
Who's we?
You see Sophia go, it was towards the end of the war, something happened. I don't know the details due to the fact that I wasn't there for the final confrontation, but me, Beretta, Paulina, your grandmother, Alvaro, Eloise, we all decided to keep this creature asleep for some time. We would have to do it every time at the festival. When it comes around, we go into the ruins and we put it to sleep. And that was it. That's what we've been just taking care of it, making sure it never became anyone's problems. But apparently, it's a problem now, which I don't know. I don't know what to do about that. Especially
What is
that
it?
it's in a free. The last one, maybe.
But why did you need to do that? Why?
Because he was angry about something. He wanted to kill us all, I guess. It's just the Paragons did something to piss it off.
The Paragons. So all of you
My-
Gear Knights have been guarding this the whole time?
Not all of us. As you can see, Elon didn't know. That is very true. I had nothing to know. I know Ree very much. We all know Ree. Ree was a very strong warrior among his people. He was almost like a beacon for them, almost like someone who was very skilled.
And
Though he
he
was
was
on our
corrupted?
side.
So he was your ally? You
Yes, he was our
imprisoned your own
ally.
ally?
It is much more complicated than what you kids are making it out here, and I feel very attacked. You see Awa go, hey, right, you're all being very untruthful in this situation.
I just don't understand. Like, then help me understand.
Look, as much as I want to help you understand this, we have a bigger issue at hand, okay? We're gonna die here, unless we get out. So, let's talk alternatives here.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, everyone's pretty healthy, so if any moves you want to make, we can probably do.
Well,
Let's see.
the Signoria, I mean, what's that person's name? Dula?
Dula, yeah.
Dula's here?
Yes.
How do you know Dula?
There
You kids
there are
have a lot of
machinations upon
questions.
that do just, and I think that's where you see like Rao's inspiration. That's would be very familiar. There are machinations upon machinations against you all, and we're in the dark.
I understand. Look, you need to understand something. It was war, it's a lot of things, but look, I know Dula because they were part of whatever happened. Something, their family, the De Ortizes. I don't know much. Eloise knew all this shit. I didn't. I just signed up to do guard duty.
Listen,
They-
whoever this little guy is that came out of the ground, he came out of the ground because no one was able to put him back to sleep. Which means that Eloise, Paulina, you, and Alvaro's grandma were all taken care of on purpose. Sorry, Alvaro. I'm not saying she's dead. I'm just saying that whatever happened, she was a target.
Yeah, if somebody looks, they see Alvaro while still treating people. When you mention this, like a flicker goes through their eyes of like acknowledgement, which I think if anyone's more astute, they would see like, so my grandma's involved with this more. There might be something more that I have to do. Kind of eye flicker of like, like things are adding together.
And I think
Look,
it's just
we can talk about it all we want here, Millie. I understand you were very passionate about this, but we have to get these people out of here. I'm trying to stop
Okay,
the
okay.
war. I mean,
if we get you out of here, you're gonna tell us the whole truth and nothing but the whole truth.
cross my heart and hope to die.
Perfect. Pinky promise.
Peaky promises. You see Albo go, there you go. See? All well ends well.
I think Rao will look over to like Lawrence and Gareth and be like, okay, but like that just means we only have really two options. Either we try to talk our way out with the Signoria, or
We already tried.
I agree,
They
I don't
seem
think that's
pretty
gonna work.
insistent on keeping them here.
You see Elin go, that was the attempt? That was it? He just like that. That was the extent of the talking?
You saw Dula.
I don't know what happened with Dula. I think Dula's dead. They're not, I guess. And you see kind of like, you see he's very adamant about the, he doesn't want to fight because he's like, I was supposed to drop these kids off and be home already. So, it is.
What
But
do you
you
think,
see-
Lawrence? Sorry.
No, please continue.
Lawrence sort of it's like thinking, sort of like absorbing everything, like all the news he just got. So he seemed maybe kind of distracted. Uh, I don't know. I don't like the fact that Dula is here. I feel like we need to sneak our way out.
Okay.
You see Sophia kind of if we do need a way out, they did take my staff. If you can get my staff back to me, I think I can open a hole.
Open a hole?
Yeah, I mean, you see she kind of knocks on the this just leads to the outside of the city, so we can just do an old-fashioned jailbreak, my favorite.
Where's your staff?
It should be with the rest of everybody's equipment. I think if you go just a little bit, almost like if you're exiting, if you take a sharp right, it should lead into the guards' kind of like locker rooms.
You know, the guards are just around the corner.
Someone needs to distract them.
Or someone needs to get over there unseen.
Or both.
Or I can just kill him.
I don't approve of killing. As you see Opal kind of.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Right, Lawrence?
That was a good
Lawrence
one.
gives
Right,
him
Lawrence?
the darkest side eye.
I'm just kidding, guys.
I
It got pretty dark there
Alvaro-
for a second.
Okay, Alvaro's like, I may have something I can do here to make it a little bit easy. But we just need to immediately go where we're gonna go. Are we going through the sewer? Are we going through the boats? Are we leaving? How are we getting out of here?
Well, if we can get that staff, which is just down the hallway, then I guess just straight through the wall.
That's true.
Okay.
How big?
then
How big is this hole, Sophia? Can big boy over there get through?
It's a big hole.
How long you been working on this?
This is my specialty. I was a demolitions expert back in the day. You see Elin go, oh yeah, she was demolitions, all right. We had to repair the keep like 5 times.
Okay, if that's the case, I can try something. And I'm gonna go over to where the guards are, because we need them to just be distracted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna go over, because I have the ability sleep. So you whisper a brief lullaby, putting any number of nearby commoners to sleep for up to an hour.
Fantastic. So what do you do as he goes, hey, how you doing there? Did you finish yet?
No, my companions are doing a last little mock-up. You know how sometimes there's a nurse, and then there's a doctor?
Yeah.
They're being nurses right now, and I'm gonna come back in and give them my script of what they need, you know?
I guess, but I really don't trust opening that door open. So if you don't mind, we'll get everybody back, and then we can.
Actually, could I check you? I mean, you seem to be walking with a bit of a gait.
Look, son, I don't. You just immediately.
Not the ASMR make men fall asleep.
Yeah, just Albert starts to say, well, you could have any numerous of these problems. They may need trisectovine, ibuprofen, ibuprofen,
Open.
ibuprofen.
Just immediately,
and-
other guy. Just both asleep as that this muse comes out.
So then
You
is the
scripted
staff
them
in
to
this room?
Say it again.
Is the staff in this room?
It's in a room to the
You're just like the
right.
hallway, so you just put the
Okay.
2 guys to sleep. So you can just now go into the room without them being a problem.
Okay.
I give a thumbs up to everybody, but I put like
Mhm.
the shh, and then I go to the room to find the staff.
Cool. I think Rao will walk past you, Alvaro, and like pat you on the shoulder and give you a winning smile. Before I want to do a thing to help us in case everything goes south as it tends to do. I just have a new ability called Sigil. I'll spend 2 AP for it, where I will draw a magic sigil that affects an area or creatures in various ways. One of the things that I can do is, where is it? Alert. So I can basically put a little sigil down that will let me know if creatures pass by that sigil. So he's gonna put that where, like, just around where the guards are. So if they move past there, that he will know.
Dope. With that, what about everybody else? Avro's going in. You're setting up. Urao. What about Melele, Gareth, and Lawrence? What are you doing as everybody's preparing here?
Lawrence probably went with Alvaro to help
Fantastic.
because everyone's stuff is in there, not
Mhm.
just the staff. So he's probably gonna just help gather everything.
You go in. With that, what about you, Gareth?
I'm gonna head over to Obalt's cell. And as everyone kind of moves away, so what does the princess want with you?
How do you know
talked
the
to her-
princess was he?
Listen, out of all the people here, as I gesture to the other traders, she wants you alive. He wants you alive the most. Why?
Well, I gave him a number of trinkets as a growing up. So, he didn't really have a good father figure. So, I taught him all I knew and would come in from time to time when I could. So, I guess, if anything, something of a parental figure, especially with their mom being busy and all with running an empire.
So you're like his dad.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
like that. He's smart. A very smart boy. As he just over your head, just score off.
I feel like you didn't really rub off on him a lot. It's not really.
It's the pressures of running a society of a powerful nature. It does do that to some people. Seen it done to a lot of kings. Being a princess is
I
a
bet.
bit hard.
He must love you quite a lot.
They do. They do.
We'll be sure to get you out of here.
Good, but I do want to make sure everybody leaves. I don't want to be the only one that makes it out of here alive.
Don't worry about
So,
it.
Obo, you
Oh.
seen any cool Gear Knight treasures lately?
Ooh, yes, I have. There is a bit of a weird thing going on.
Wait, what do you mean?
I was coming back into the region via my usual routes, and then all of a sudden, some bandits tried to attack me, which I took care of very easily because Obalt may be
Sure you
peaceful,
did.
but he is defenseful.
I've seen that cart. It's pretty defensible.
I swear I thought I saw Arcus and Eston soldiers near High Rise.
I don't know if I'm familiar with that area.
You see Elin go, well, that's... You see he's very reluctant. That used to be our old home.
Oh, the Gear Knight home?
Highburn. He said it wrong, but Highburn is where we all trained.
Oh my gosh, I bet Rao would love that.
It's impossible to get in though. It got closed during the war. No one can get in, and
I
that's
mean,
it.
if you have explosives, you can probably get in, right?
You're gonna need a hell of a lot of explosives. It's deep in the mountain.
Someday.
You see, Sophia is very quiet when you mention Highburn, but with that, you cut over to the locker room, or where the guards are keeping all of this sort of evidence. Walking in, very simple structure, and you do see what looks like to be a little bit of an abnormal staff and whatnot. Both Lawrence and... Not my brain here. Lawrence and Alvaro, you both see the staff and the rest of the equipment, trading goods and whatnot. So, in this instance, what do you do?
We should start grabbing things, right?
I'll get the bigger stuff. And kind of like maybe, I don't know, I imagine the staff is fairly long, so he'll just kind of grab everything that's maybe a little heavier.
If you be both of you so kind, roll a d20 for me, please. The both of you.
Oh,
So-
no. I'm rolling so bad.
Oh no.
6.
I got a
Oh,
3.
Fantastic. It's good. All in the hood. All right, with that, you proceed to take everything in and out. And as you do, just off camera, where you can't see, you start to, the camera kind of notices the metal cutlery and any of that starts to have a slight spark to it. As the lightning just very awfully sheets off in between.
Did you see
With
that?
that, you didn't see that. You rolled low.
Oh, okay.
Off camera, because you rolled low. With that, you all make your way back. You see Sophia kind of gets their stuff on. Everybody kind of gets their stuff on. About maybe a couple more minutes pass, but you do get the sense of the feeling of you're being here a while and you haven't got back up. So whatever you're gonna do, you may want to do it now and hold your peace.
I hate it when you say it like that. Now I have to look at my stuff.
It's like, oh goodness. It's
Okay,
the
is
final.
everybody
Are you
ready?
sure?
It's the final save point before the boss fight.
Yeah.
Yep. Time to save. Everyone, get your HP up. Save. The
Alright, we're
ethers
doing-
I'm never going to use.
I'm applying my
unless I'm
mana
saving
on them.
it.
I'm applying my mana on everyone's shields over.
But anybody doing anything before we continue with this plan?
I don't think I have anything I can redo.
Rao is just putting his stuff together and is ready.
Alvaro will ask, be like, "Does anyone need any healing?" Not knowing Garrett's wound, so it's like, "Does anyone need any last minute heals? Someone to feel better?"
Lawrence looks directly at Gareth.
I stare back at Lawrence.
Why are you both looking at each other? You both hurt?
I think Lawrence needs never mind.
Are you staring deeply into each other's eyes?
Yeah, are you in love? As you see Elin.
just looking at-
Are we interrupting your moment? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to into.
No.
I'm fine.
no.
I love romances.
Me too.
Everyone knows that Lawrence. Never mind.
Everyone knows the
Spicy.
Lord's
Oh
glory.
no, please say what you were gonna say.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's just, I just.
Are you okay, Lawrence?
I'm fine.
With
Should've
that, as
turned
you
off.
all are talking, you start to hear, everything all right down there? The council wants to bring these kids back up. Apparently, we got an Alazar here.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Did you make that sound audibly?
No,
You know
no.
what? Yes. I
No.
think for fun's sake, yes.
Cool.
Are you good?
Cool. Hold on. Give me a second.
Don't do
God
this.
damn it, why are you so God damn it, why are you so dumb, bro?
With that, what are you doing, Rao?
Nothing too much. Rao, if Alvaro so allows, will like grab your hand and hold you and just say, "It's okay, I got you," and that's it. Cool.
Aw.
Unleash violence upon us, GM.
With that, you see Sophia with their staff. You see what looks like to be the lightning. With that, you see they do their best to be very quiet, but you see that a laser kind of almost like of just magic goes around. They get halfway, and like them getting death steps of like, "Hey, dude, what's going on down here? Are we doing anything? Are we helping
Alvaro,
anything
in
this
the dumbest way, just like, we're all good down here, partner.
Think
Roll d20 for me, please.
Please. Any dice, please. That's a 12.
12. Do you see him go? Dude, you need to go see a doctor. I've been telling you for weeks, but hurry up. as
There's
he
a
goes back
doctor
up.
down here, so I'm just busy talking to him.
Good, go see him. Jesus.
But
And
it's
he just goes up.
private.
Goes up, and with that buys you enough time to kind of hold. You see they touch it, and immediately, as it opens straight onto the outside. At the moment, it seems to be late afternoon, and with that, you guys enter at the back of the city. You see that nobody's really noticed this yet, but at the moment, you all manage to get out and proceed to go into the streets themselves, hoods up. You see Sylvia kind of go, okay, so what is the plan here of getting out?
I don't
To the
know.
princess. Getting on to the princess, I guess.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
need
yeah.
to exit the city, yeah?
Okay, how are we doing that?
We have horses somewhere.
We got horses somewhere on the other side of the other side of the jail. God,
We need to exit the city first, though, to get the horses
Um,
right.
I'm gonna look for a sewer or something.
Fantastic. With that, you do find a sewer, but as you kind of do, you all begin to notice something in the sky.
Oh,
As
fuck off.
You you start to see lightning begin to form. Smallish tornadoes, not anything big, but you know how like the wind catches leaves and begins to swirl about? You start to feel that fear in the back of your spine tingle as you hear the familiar screech of echo in the sky.
What-
that
what's
sound-
that?
Does that sound familiar to you guys?
Too familiar.
What
Ralph
is it?
freezes. It's the owl again.
Come on, we need to get moving. Let's go.
Doc, we need to go.
I saw an entrance to the sewer over there. I just need help lifting the grate.
I got you.
No problem.
Squat and lift.
Yeah, both of you deadlift it and just immediately throw it off to the side. You start to hear various screams from multiple directions. You hear from the outside, out, you start to hear soldiers that were surrounding the city begin to scream in a nature as you start to see what looks like almost a trebuchet fireball hit the city, but it doesn't look like it was aiming at it, as it's look almost like a panic fire. Then you also hear from the inside of the city walls, you hear guards just moving back and forth, people screaming, and as you open the grate, you can hear the faint echo of Alizar going, "Where are they?"
Go, 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 go.
Quickly, go.
With that, pew, 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 you all enter in, unless anybody's staying behind, but with that, the traders go in first. Are you guys following suit?
Oh no, we're going in.
Yeah, we're going in.
Yeah.
Make
go
sure
in.
they go first, though.
Mhm.
I think there's a moment where Rao looks like he's hanging back. As he's looking at everyone in the panic. Is Gareth also hanging back?
I think Lawrence is one of the last people to go in. Probably helps everyone else get down first.
we can't keep running.
Gareth?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we can.
If I take like a look around at the mass hysteria that's happening here in the streets of Baylor, is anyone really paying us any mind? Or is everyone just kind of scattered about like
No
one's-
one's paying you mind yet.
why is he here?
I can't let these people just get hurt like ours did. I can't let that happen.
What are you going to do to stop it?
Try to get as many people out of here as possible. If it gets too bad, we can just duck over by the ships. I don't know.
What about the notes? Can
Don't-
we do you remember the notes? Can we play the notes?
That's Eloise's special brand.
You
We can
see,
replicate that.
Sophia goes, it's a little difficult. They wrote it down, but
We
I could try to maybe. I can try. That's all I can really promise you.
Hey, I think this is so great. You all want to fight the big bad person, but that's not what we're here for, are we? We're here to help our friends and find a way out of here. If we fight that right now, we don't do the princess. We have all these problems. We need to go find what we need to find. I mean, go do what we need to do.
Ree's here already. Baylor will fall either way. Let's leave. They'll turn to stone too, just like Mar. Or at least
No, you say that, and you see Alvaro just like makes a very like hurt face of like damn. But come sorry, keep on.
So wait, does it look like everyone's going to be leaving then?
Is that what
Yeah.
we're deciding?
yeah, because like in Garrett's mind, it's like, do I really want to kill one person in the shitstorm? Because like we gotta go and just take our winnings here, and you know.
I think Rao looks like a kicked puppy a little bit, as he's looking at all the chaos around him, and he goes, "Fine, let's save who we can."
We'll find a way to help them once we figure out how to help Mar.
Okay.
In we go.
Fantastic. You all proceed to go down. As you guys begin to make your way into the sewer about midway through, we see camera goes back up top. You see Alizar going, you follow suit. I'm going to go get a better view. As you see, he proceeds to go somewhere within the city. With that, you all proceed to make your way in the sewer. Can I get a check from somebody here who can just lead the way properly? Who wants to take heading this so we see if we don't hit into any speed bumps? I just need one person here to roll me a d20.
Who's feeling lucky?
Danny
Feeling
does
lucky.
have a
You
roll,
do have a
reroll.
reroll.
I do.
We do have a
I'm feeling a
reroll.
little lucky. Let's
Let's
try
go,
it.
Danny. Let's
Let's
go.
go for
Let's
it.
do it.
Lit it up.
No, we're gonna reroll that. That's a 9. Okay, that's cocked. I'm sorry. I have a lot of stuff on my desk. Okay. 16.
16.
Yeah.
With you successfully find your way, because you have traveled through waterways and you can see like, oh, if I go that way, there's an alligator down there that's gonna attack us. If I go that way, there is something undead in there which we don't want to deal with right now. So with
Yeah,
that,
water has a particular smell about it. You can kind of.
yeah, and you would then find yourself at the grate at the edge. You can hear from the outside panic as you can see the camps of the besieging city. You can see the men are running, scrambling, as you just hear, as you see it's almost carpet bombs a little bit in sense of Reek comes down with their smoke. You see men get turned to stone. You see fires being flung from both Balor and the men on the other side. Whether it's an attack of opportunity from either of these guys, or if they're like joining forces to take down Ree, you don't know yet, as you can't see. You can only see what's happening at this moment. So with that, what do you guys do as you get to this grate? And it's relatively easy to push it off, especially since you have Obold.
Gotta keep going.
Do we go for the princess? Do we leave? What do we do?
Oh, shoot. I
You
mean-
do notice if you're gonna run for the woods, this is some 1917 run. This is a large stretch of open field that you're gonna have to run down and hope that you don't get hit by a flaming arrow, Ree, or anybody in between that might bump into you in the way.
No, that's too much.
mean, they're-
That's too much.
They're probably
Hold
gonna get
on.
hit by Ree too.
Hold on. Rao. When you
Yeah.
first saw this thing,
Yes.
what did they ask for?
Louise.
Who was part of putting it to sleep?
Rao looks at Sophia.
Oh, hell no!
And as
Just
that
look-
happens, Gareth pulls his sword, his short sword, and points it to Sophia. You have the power to stop this. It wants you. I'm pretty sure.
You won't be alone. I'll be with you. I'm ready now.
No. You see Elin, she gives a look at Elin and goes, look, I've been dealing with these kids. Now you know how I feel. And you see, fine. You and me, as she points to you, Rao, we're good distracted. The rest of you, haul ass like you've never ran before in your life.
Rao unsheaths his long sword and looks over at Gareth, and he says, protect the others, okay? Counting on you.
It doesn't
Okay.
want you. You're not gonna defeat this thing, Rao.
I'm not gonna let my cousin stand there by themselves. I'm sorry. I will catch up with you all. Go.
You're coming with us, Rao. We need you.
Rao looks at Sophia.
You are not little anymore. It's up to you.
Rao will look at Gareth, put 2 hands on either shoulder. I'm not gonna be far behind. I need you all to trust me, okay? Please, let me do this.
You promise you're coming back?
When have I ever broken a promise?
Gear Knight's honor.
Gear Knight's honor, and he will ready a fist bump.
I'll fist bump you.
Gareth is going to, with his sword out, slowly point it towards Rao.
Mm-hmm.
With the aura that like he might do something. And he's just gonna sheath it out of frustration at you. Your dreams are just gonna get you killed, Rao. You gotta learn to let it go.
Some dreams are worth fighting for. I'm ready, Sophia. Let's go.
With it, as that tense moment, time clicking in your head, we cut away camera again to Alizar. At this point, he's climbing up somewhere. We can't see where, but climbing. With that, cuts back to all of you. You count. 1, 2, 3, as you immediately bust it open. Everybody else running towards the field. D20s from all of you, please. And you, Ral, and Sophia begin to run in the opposite direction. You won't need anything just yet. Let me see what everybody
Okay.
here is. As you guys
Sounds
begin
good.
to just sprint with all your might down the field, you bumping into people. You see men are trying to escape. Fires are spreading. You are dodging arrows from behind as well, as they seem to be trying to hit Ree, as who just demolishes this wall like it's paper mache. With that, what did we get around the table for the 20s? Be so kind.
I got a 19.
16.
Got 19, got a 16.
20.
What else do we? 20. 20.
I love this for the
Oh.
narrative because I got in that one.
That one.
Oh,
Fantastic. With that,
Don't
Lawrence.
say that!
Fantastic.
I love it. Too.
With that, Lawrence, you are Olympic sprinting. You are the
Track
fastest
star.
person here as you just. With that, everyone else, you follow suit. With that, at the back of it, Gareth, you are running suit following. And as you do run, you see one of the trebuchets immediately falls on your leg. As you are kind of running, you get hit and just crash on your leg. You take 4 points of health gone.
Oh my gosh.
No one is helping you at the moment. I'm going to say for this instance that you guys are running, you haven't noticed yet, as you're all just mid-sprint. You see no one's helping you. It's on fire. What do you do in this moment as you see this thing that's caught in your leg? You think it may be broken, you don't know, but you do know for sure you're not running anymore in this instance.
Am I on my stomach, on my back, on my
You're
side?
on your stomach, so it's kind of like in a sense if you ran, you try to stop, and then as you kind of slipped on the grass, it landed on your leg.
1 second here.
No, I know. I'm so anxious right now.
Right?
We love to see it.
We're making
We-
choices.
Making choice narrative.
No.
If you need more time, you can let me know. I can cut over to.
I will skip for now, and
Okay.
I will get it over to Rao and Sophia. Just want to check with everyone with something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Fantastic. With that, we cut over to Rao and Sophia. We cut over to Rao and Sophia. As you guys are both running in that direction, you see Sophia go, okay, I'm going to make some noise, and hopefully it'll grab its attention. What are you going to do?
I got your back. Anyone comes and approaches you, I'll use that trick you taught me, and I'm gonna knock them all flat on their ass.
Okay. You see they kind of find a space that's open, and they begin to sort of cover the field around them. They're going to encircle themselves in fire. Are you going to be in there, or are you going to get out of that circle?
Because I stay in the circle with them. Whoever wants to go after them will have to go through the flames too, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I will stay in the fire with them. I'm the last line of defense, because that's the first line, and Rao will have his sword ready and ready to Fusroda yell at anyone who tries to get too close.
Fantastic. As you see the fire begins to set up, Alazar gets to the top of somewhere. He begins to look around. With that, the fire, almost like a beacon of some sorts, begins to make a highlight as you just hear. The creature comes in, not in terms of trying to stone you, but immediately just. You see dust, dirt, steel, wood begin to all just go on the side as it lands on the ground as you are face to face with this almost 3-story tall owl that's standing there. You see it doesn't attack, but it looks with its one eye. You get a bit of a clearer picture here, Rao. You didn't really get to see it in its might. You can see it must be a warrior of some sort, as it has almost attacks across it from spears, arrows, slashes of both man, magical, and maybe owl-like nature. But the thing that you notice, the reason why it hasn't been speaking to you, is that you can see maybe where it would have a voice box, it got attacked, almost like slashed with what looks like to be an owl claw across its throat, which the same claw can be also seen across its eye. As you see, it must have lost whatever battle, its eye and its voice in the same instant. As you see, it just gets close towards Sophia in anger, which you can feel as its feathers rile up. What do you do in this instant?
I think Rao kind of like looks at this creature, and I think like he doesn't have the full picture, but he understands that there's pain, that there's loss, that there's more to this than he could possibly ever understand between Sophia, between the Gear Knights and this entity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he, I think, long sword in one hand, holds onto Sophia's forearm and says, Sophia, I don't understand everything that's happened, okay? But I know one thing. I know and I truly believe that kindness carries us, okay? I truly do. So whatever history there is between the both of you, maybe now's the chance to make it right. And I would like to use my ability, Inspire. I'll expend 1 AP to recite a meaningful statement to inspire an NPC to live up to their ideal. Until the end of the day, the NPC shapes their behavior around their ideal and cannot fall victim to their flaw.
Fantastic. As you are saying this speech, the camera cuts right back to Alazar. You see he's looking around and sees the bird finally sitting still. We see he begins to pull out what looks like to be a longbow arrow, something for distance. As you see, he begins to do the math in his head and slowly, ever so slightly, almost to his face, get a bow ready. As we can't tell where he is launching it, but it looks like he's aiming for the bird at the moment. With that, you see Sophia go, okay. Ray, I know you're upset about what happened, and you see just almost in response of anger, wind blowing, you see lightning begin to form around it in anger. We didn't know your mother was corrupt. It wasn't her fault. The crown wasn't... We didn't know about it until it was too late. I know you lost everyone you have ever cared for, but I am begging you in this instance to not take revenge. I have lived my life with the regret of not doing more for you and your people. It was stupid human greed that caused all this, and I'm sorry. You see it rile up its feathers, gets as close as possible. Rao, are you doing anything in this interest? As you see, it's getting an almost like lashing of violent rage, almost like something if it was gonna attack. What are you doing in this moment?
It looks like it's going to attack. I will. God, I'm just bleeding AP. I will spend an AP to pull up my shield, so it will block up the 3 hit points of damage. If it goes above 3 hit points, I will take the hit instead. So I will spend that AP. Oh, that's the wrong
Put your
number.
shield up. You see his head just turn right quick. You see Sophia, put it down. Put it down. What happened to you was wrong, and I know I can't making up, but I promise we won't put you back to sleep. Just understand, I am sorry, and I give myself up to whatever punishment you see fit, including if that means I have to die.
Sophia.
I'm sorry. As you see, they try to put their hand out to pet it. In the distance, you see Alazar. And this is what happens when you mess with my plan. As an arrow begins to... Sophia's hand gets slowly reaching it. And as she touches it, you hear a... The arrow finds its purchase. Not in Ree, but in Sophia. As you see what looks like to be an arrow protruding from her chest, stuck halfway as she looks at you in astonishment and blood.
Oh!
Cut over to you, Gareth. The storms are still coming up. It's just you in this moment. You doesn't look like you can maybe try to get somebody to help, but what are you doing in this moment
So
as your leg is stuck?
as I fell to the floor on my stomach, the wind was knocked out of me as I try to yell for Lawrence and for Malele, but nothing comes out. The vertical components of the trebuchet are still up in my head, and as I analyze the parts of the trebuchet that are crushing my leg, I try to pull out my great sword off of my back, but I don't have a lot of like leverage or momentum to do it properly, so I just kind of have to shimmy it out like that, and it collapses right in front of me in the dirt. I will go ahead and presently take off the necktie around my neck and stuff it into my mouth to use it as a brace. And I'm going to, using the handle of my greatsword, I'm going to try to upright it and have it laid up against one of the vertical posts of the trebuchet. And I'm going to go ahead and use the ability Charge to summon all of my strength and charge one of my hands towards the base of that post. So that way it's kind of like a makeshift guillotine towards my leg, trying to cut it off at whatever part is trapped.
With that, you hold your breath for a moment. This is gonna hurt. You don't know how much, it hurts a lot, but you kind of...
As I bite down on my necktie.
It is quick, it is clean. You manage to pull yourself out. Luckily, it cauterizes at the same time as that burning sensation closes it up. And with that, you see one of the nearby men hear you scream, and with that is like, "Hey, get the boy!" And immediately kind of pick you up and try to bring you to wherever your friends are at the moment. As you get out safely, but you see your leg just getting roasted in the flame.
I would like to think that as I look down and look down at my roasted, amputated leg, I'm laughing, and then when I see the guy, Gareth passes out and collapses once more.
Fantastic. With that, we cut to our final members here. It is only you and Ree, and as that arrow goes straight through, what are you doing in this moment?
Rao collapses to hold Sophia in his arms, and he's just like, no. Do I catch a glimpse of where the arrow came from?
You do, as you can see high in a tower at the moment, smiling at you, with just a glee of success of, oh, baby, I'm good. As you see Alazar putting his hand down, smiling, as you see the fires behind him afloat.
Rao screams bloody murder at Alazar as he's basically like grasping Sophia in his arms. What is Ree doing right now? Is Ree reacting? Is Ree taken aback? What's the vibe here?
You see Ree kind of and looks towards Alazar, but it's not of anger that he looks in his direction, but he looks of it as in disbelief.
Disbelief. I think. Yeah, go ahead.
What do you do? No, what do you do?
No, I want to know what the context is before I react, actually.
You see, he completely begins to ignore you. As you see, he kind of steps over Sophia, making sure not to step. As you can just hear echoing, hell of a thing, isn't it, brother? I don't know what hellhole they took you out from, but I highly suggest you go back to your little nap before I put you to take a dirt one. You start to see Alazar jump off, and with that the fire begin to and forms into almost a complete opposite fiery red, cinder charred, smoke flying off in the back owl up to his brother, as you can hear him fully speak, echoing, boosting in the night sky as you see the city burn. I don't know where you were, brother, but you weren't there when they took Mother. You see he looks sad in nature and small in comparison. What are you doing around this instant? They're
Well,
distracted.
They're distracted, and Sophia's in my arms. And as far as Rao's concerned, he can still save them. So Rao like picks up Sophia and just like murmurs comforting platitudes, almost begging, as he says, "This is our chance. Please don't go. Don't go. Just keep looking at me. Just keep looking at me. Don't you dare close those eyes." And he'll get up and he's sprinting over to the forest.
You see, like, wow, wait, you need to. It's painful for them to move.
No. So I can't move them.
It's hard. They got shot straight, it looks like, through the heart.
No, please. We gotta get you out of here. We gotta get you out of here. Come on.
As you're trying to talk with them, you see the two brothers. You need to get out of the way. As you see, they begin to fight, tussle, using the city as almost a backdrop without any care for the people inside. Buildings get crushed. You see that fire, smoke, lightning, water begin to almost battle each other here. As they go into the sky to continue their battle. With that, you see Sophia go, I did the right thing. I did the right thing.
Did. Of course you did. We're gonna get you out of here. Okay? You gotta teach me how to use your suit.
Listen.
I'm
Very
not ready.
carefully. Listen carefully. You have been ready for a long time. I was just scared to let you out in the world. And you've shown me that you're very ready. Now listen. You need to go. Because someone needs to provide backup. I didn't know his brother was alive too. And his brother is far worse. Now, you are going to take all your friends and Eland. You will go and find your way into, you see, trying to hold onto the mind. Highburn. You will go to Highburn. And you will find the Symphony of Scylos. It is the only thing that is going to help you in this moment.
I'll do that, but what about you?
I am going to make sure that bastard knows who I am.
We'll die.
I'm a good knight. I don't die. I live in every legend and story that's ever lived. Now, I highly suggest you go, because this is going to get very explosive. As you see, they begin to get their speed. As you see, begins to overcharge.
I imagine that Sophia like kind of like pushes themselves up to do this away from Rao's arms, and his breastplate is covered in blood, and he looks like he's about to protest, I think, before Sophia probably flashes him a look of I mean it.
Now go before I change my heart. No pun intended.
Yes, sir. And he, his sword unsheathed, turns around, and runs. Each step he takes, his heart breaks even more with each step.
With it, as you run, you see falling out the sky, almost falling down, almost like an airplane that's been shot down. You see lands on its face as you see Alazar. That smoke, that cloud, the amber, the lava going off as you see he begins to slowly approach Sophia. You foolish mortals are all the same. Think you're some big hero. What are you gonna do about it, little mortal? As you see the ash and ember begin to encircle, and the last thing you hear, as you see she picks herself up ever so slowly with the staff in hand. I may be mortal, but there's one thing you will learn today. You will fear our power. As you see the staff, you get blasted. The rest of you, all of you kind of look behind to see what is going on, but with that, you two also get blasted into whatever nearby structure as everything goes dark in this instant. You hear almost a screaming of someone hurt and dying. As you can barely see it, Rao, as you see that smoke and ember begin to fly away almost haphazardly as wounded. And you also see Ree get up, looks at you and Sophia, who is no more with only their staff cemented in the ground. You see it looks somberish and flies off, defeated and sad. In this last round, what is everyone thinking in this moment as you gain consciousness and see a city half destroyed on fire and multiple people now further encased in this stone?
Do we see Gareth?
You do see Gareth. He's on the ground. He's kind of half there, half not there. You also see Sophia's staff and the ashes that just fly away from the charred body that just floats in the wind.
If anything, I think Alvaro will run to Gareth and start to cast Mend to try and fix whatever damages they can. And Alvaro's kind of last thought for this person, while they look around healing Gareth, is I can't fight this person. I will, if I find out what it is, I will send the note. There's no way we can beat this person. And that is Alvaro's thought.
Lovely. What about you, Milele? What are you thinking in this moment?
Looking at the staff and where I think is Rao near the staff?
I think Rao was knocked back to like a structure because he was
Right.
further away from you all before. So I think he's closer to Sophia and the staff. Is the staff intact? It's probably shattered to some degree, right?
It's like half broken. It's like burnt a little bit. If repaired, it could work, but at the moment, you see it is like cemented into the ground. You see, it was almost like a proclamation of their rebellion in that moment.
I think like if there's like splinters or like anything that's held there, like Rao, since it's cemented there, Rao kind of like trudges over there and just like kneels and like holds onto it like he's holding onto a pillar as he wails, and his wail cuts through everything as he's weeping and wailing.
I'm gonna look to Lawrence, and I'm gonna look to the staff, and just say, they pinky promised.
Yeah, they did.
With that, Lawrence, what are you thinking in this moment?
Lawrence, I think when everything kind of cleared, first made sure he knew where Malele was, and then Alvaro, and just made sure everyone was just kind of like checking for everyone, and then sees Rao with the staff and just sort of looks helplessly after him. He doesn't have words, nothing he can do. He just feels really helpless. It's very similar to what he felt when Mar went down. And I think he'll just kind of sit and just stare at everything, just stare at the damage. And I don't think he really has many thoughts. I think he's just in disbelief.
And last but not least, Gareth, what are you thinking in this moment as you kind of are in that same half haze, half here mentality?
Gareth, in this moment of hysteria and adrenaline, is going to witness Alvaro casting Mend on his leg. And he's all smiles. And he's giggling quite hysterically at this point.
What? You're laughing.
As I grab firmly onto his collar and pull him closer. We should have never left home.
Oh.
As I let him go.
You, as you do, you feel the satchel around Alvaro's neck.
As I touch it, I'm gonna just, clock it. As I fall back, exhausted. And I slowly giggle away to a calmness.
And as it happens, the narrator comes back on. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is the third installment of my little tale. You simply, that was sad as hell! Well, clearly you don't understand story development. With that, the bartender goes, all right, everybody, closing time. Yeah, you see everybody kind of just muddled. Even one of the kids is just crying.
Came for a story, leaves just fucking in tears.
With that, you hear the bartender kind of go, that better not be the end. I'm going to be pissed. Oh, hey, okay. There are 2 more lovely bits of these, okay? So, you want to give me this scoop? You keep asking for scoops, and then it's like, what's the point? Just tell me it, okay? All right. Well, clearly, they're in a situation. So, there's only one place they can go to get their answers. The legendary, forgotten, and accursed home of High Burn, my bad. It gets confusing. But they're going there, all right? Where they will meet someone of great importance. And that is where we shall end episode 3 of the Symphony of Scylos. Yay!
Shouldn't have
With
I shouldn't
that, you should have never joined. With that, everyone, we hope you had a lovely time. With that, we're going to go in reverse order for everybody to tell who you are and get them sweet, sweet plugs in. Starting off with Val.
Hi everyone, I am Valiant. Only love can hurt like this Dorian. I use he, him, his pronouns. You can find me all around internet at Valiant Dorian or at Also Spirit Bear. Please enjoy the lovely church I just sent you on. I'm a TTRPG performer, GM, writer, and Twitch variety streamer. If you want to keep up to date with all the stuff I do, check out my socials. I am doing a bunch of things and doing a bunch of shows after this. And tonight I have the distinct pleasure of playing Rao, our heartbroken invoker, who also uses he, him pronouns, and you'll have to find a way to keep going. Find out next episode.
Fantastic. Next up, Toff.
What's up, everybody? I'm Toffee, pronouncer he, him. I am a Filipino actor based out of San Diego. If you like what you saw, I stream sometimes. I'm also on Twitter at Toffee Plays. And the other thing I want to plug is that me and my partner, we do like a couple podcast. We can find us on Spotify, YouTube at Bahalaka Pod. That's where we at. And I played Gareth, the legless warrior now, the fighter.
He's got
So
one
that was
leg.
me.
He's got one leg.
That's all you need, baby. One leg and a dream. With that, next up, Danny.
Hello, I am Danny, aka Better cosplayer and performer in TTRPGs, and my pronouns are she, her. And you can find me on Wednesdays at That's How We channel, where I'm on the Misfits of Alcetta, playing very come check me out there.
Fantastic. Cleric, you're next.
All right. Buenas noches todos. I've been Cleric, your local fuck up. If you want to look for me and find anything about me, I use he, they pronouns. And if you want to find me doing funny things on the internet, I have Twitter, Cleric_34. I do TikTok, where I just shit post a lot on there. But if you want to find specifically TTRPG projects, you can find my podcast, Monster Fuckers Anonymous, a show where we talk about monsters, talk about their lore, talk about their media representation, and rate them on a scale of 1 to 10 whether or not you watching this stream right now should be having sex with those monsters. Episodes come out every Saturday if you're interested. And if you want to see TTRPG stuff from me, check out the Nameless Domain, another spot where I hang out a lot. I've been Alvaro for the first time in episode 3, our doctor who also uses they them pronouns, who is fearful, afraid, and I guess a secret traitor.
Fantastic. And last but not least, Calamity.
Hello, I'm Calamity. Use she, they pronouns. You can find me as Hey Calamity with 3 Y's at the end on all the things. I am a tabletop performer, writer, and narrative designer, as well as a video game developer. I have to specify the video. And I also do freelance writing. You can find me here on Fridays for 2 more weeks, which is wild. And then on Tuesdays, over on Weave the Tale at 8 p.m., I just started a Babylon game where I play just the worst undead person ever. She's awful, and I love it. And I have played Lawrence, your magician. That's what it is.
Lovely. And that, last but not least, leaves me. Hello, everyone. My name is Chris. I have been your humble guide and narrator for these preceding evenings. If you want to check out more of my stuff, you can check me on the Twitters while it's still alive at VO_Cologne, COLON. Got my website there, and also in my VO stuff website and all my projects that I'm working on, as I have some juicy stuff in the oven at the moment as we speak. But until then, be sure to check out once again Tuesday. E21 by Night returns back at 8 p.m. Eastern. And with that, you can join us next Friday for episode 4. Until then, have a lovely night, everyone, and we'll see you soon.